We folded our hearts like paper planes, with edges sharp and keen, launched them into the blue sky, hoping for an endless scene. We watched them glide so gracefully, defying all the laws, believing in forever, ignoring every hidden flaw. A whisper of a dream carried on a gentle breeze, unaware of the turbulence, the future's harsh decrees. We sketched out our desires with lines so bold and clear, a perfect aerodynamic flight, banishing every fear. But paper can be flimsy, a sudden gust can tear and leave the heart fragmented, hanging in the empty air. Our paper plane hearts, they soared so high, then crashed without a sound, scattered pieces of a dream lost on broken ground. We drew a map to forever, but forgot the wind's domain, leaving us here in the wreckage, caught in this endless race. So fragile, we flew too close to the sun, just paper, and watched our fragile love come undone. I found a crumpled remnant tucked beneath a dusty shelf, a faded memory of hope, of my former hopeful self. The creases tell a story of every gust and every fall, a testament to innocence, heedless of the final call. We built them with such passion, with every single fall, never thinking of the ending, a story left untold. Perhaps we built them too light, too delicate to truly last against the harsh realities, the shadows of the past. But even in the wreckage, there's a beauty to be found in the courage to launch a heart above the solid ground. Our paper plane, let me see sound, scattered pieces of a dream. eternally to the test. I can almost feel your breath, a phantom whisper near my ear, as you swore that this connection would conquer every fear. Every turn, every step, perfectly synchronized and free. A final flawless memory for just you and me. I'm dancing with the ghost of our last dance in this empty hollow room, reliving every perfect second, fighting off the coming gloom. The melody is sweet poison, the rhythm a cruel soft embrace, haunted by a moment of grace time can never erase. Still moving. Pistol fire enters with a grace. Hello, I can feel you by my side. Where did you run to? Where did you hide? My feet remember the pattern, the way we used to spin, as if no ending was possible, as if we could only win. I close my eyes and see us bathed in a golden light, unaware that this beautiful scene was fading into night. The music swells, then softly fades, leaving just a lingering ache for a connection so profound. For goodness gracious sake, this memory is a fortress built to withstand the years, protecting the beauty, concealing all the tears. But even a fortress can become a prison. I've come to understand when you're trapped inside a moment in a barren, lonely land. I'm dancing with the ghost of our last dance in this empty hollow room, reliving every perfect second, fighting off the coming gloom. The melody is sweet poison, the rhythm a cruel soft embrace, haunted by a moment of grace time can never erase. I built a fortress around my pride, a wall so tall and sheer, I couldn't see the love fading, couldn't silence the creeping fear. I held on to my ego, mistaking it for strength, and now I measure the distance of our separation's length. I thought apologies were cheap, a coin I didn't need to spend, unaware that my treasury was facing a tragic end. I look back at the moments I chose silence over grace, every sharp retort that left a bitter harm. years. The exchange rate is brutal now. What I kept, I lost for good, paying the final interest on a love misunderstood. And now I trade the currency of regret, the only coin I possess. It buys me sleepless nights and a profound heavy distress. I wish I could withdraw every bit of what I ever said, but this painful exchange is the debt I owe my heart instead. With somber authority, the interest is due now. Lost my way. The regret is written on my brow. The silence in the aftermath is heavier than solid gold, a priceless sorrow in a story that will not be retold. I try to offer reasons, justifications for my slide, but they vanish like smoke in the unforgiving light. I spend every future moment for one past chance to change, to break down my own fortress, to rearrange the entire range. They say you only miss the water when the well runs dry and bare, and I'm staring at the bottom, consumed by my own despair. This regret is not just a feeling, it's a prison I have built, and the keys are buried underneath the tears that I have spilled. And now I trade in the currency of regret, the only coin I possess. It buys me sleepless nights and a profound heavy distress. I wish I could withdraw every bit of word I ever said, but this painful exchange is the debt I owe my heart This room used to be my sanctuary, my refuge from the cold, a silent, sacred haven, a story to be told. Your arms were the altar where I laid my fears to rest, a holy place of comfort, tested by every test. But now the doors are bolted, the windows are boarded tight, the temple is abandoned, consumed by endless night. I stand outside the threshold, begging for a final entry, but the echoes tell me plainly, this is no longer your ministry. The air smells of incense and dried up forgotten grace, a profound sadness illuminating our commitment, a love built to surpass. Now the light is broken, shattering into sharp pieces of doubt, leaving me in the darkness, trying to figure out how something so eternal, so strong, and so divine could simply cease existing, leaving no single sign. I pray to the walls now, begging for a sign of light, but they only reflect the burden of this endless lonely strife. I'm knocking on the door of yesterday, where solace used to dwell, but the only answer I get is the mournful sound of the bell. The sanctuary is full, and the silence is the ear I hear. Someone confirming my I lost my place of worship, I lost my sight and died. You were the storm that broke me, the beautiful raging fire, the devastating consequence of my deepest, rawest desire. I walked away from the wreckage with permanent marks to show, a tapestry of fractures where our feelings used to grow. I don't hate the scars you left me, they tell a vibrant tale of a love that burned so brightly it was destined to fail. I try to cover the evidence with time and careful lies. The story is written clearly in the sadness of my eyes. The damage is not repulsive, it is intricate and deep, a testament to the promises that our careless hearts couldn't keep. This is the beautiful ditch, the intricate scar you etched on my soul. It reminds me of the fire, refusing to make me whole. I carry the splintered pieces with the strange and quiet pride, because they prove that the feeling across the kitchen. The distance felt miles wide, and the silence between us had nowhere left to hide. Your lips never moved, your voice stayed trapped inside your throat, but the final crushing message was perfectly afloat. I heard the word finish, screamed by the shadow in your eyes. A brutal cold finality disguised in soft goodbyes. I waited for the verbal confirmation, the phrase that makes it true, but the unspoken was louder than anything you could do. I felt the full stop, the period at the end of the line, the end of our chapter, a destiny no longer mine. That was the last unspoken word, heavier than stone. The final truth that confirmed I was truly alone. It wasn't a fight or a fury, just a quiet, decisive claim, leaving my heart paralyzed, whispering your name. The loudest song I've ever heard is the one that was never transferred. Oh, I replay that moment, dissecting the tilt of your head, searching for a flicker of hope, of words that weren't dead. I learned more from your posture, the closing of your hand, than from any speech or plea I could possibly understand. The communication was complete, the transfer of pain was done. If you had only yelled, if you had only made a scene, I could have fought the anger, found a place in between. But the silence was honest, the unspoken word was true, a clear, undeniable declaration that we were through. That was the last unspoken word, heavier than stone. I was through, I was never alone. It wasn't a fight or a fury, just a quiet, decisive claim, leaving my heart paralyzed, whispering your name. I spoke it there, I spoke it there, I spoke it It was in you. The morning light creeps slowly, painting shadows on the wall, but it only highlights the emptiness, the space they used to enthrall. My hand reaches out instinctively, expecting to find your form, but meets only cold sheets after the passing of the storm. The pillow still bears the faint imprint of your head where you used to lay, a cruel soft sculpture of comfort that has vanished away. I try to sleep on your side, to steal a moment of your sins, but it only amplifies the loneliness say to make the bed, to clear out the emotional debris. But how can I rearrange a space that's so inherently we are? Every seam, every wrinkle holds a memory so clear. Of a love that once flourished, conquering every fear. The empty side of the bed, knowing it wide and cold. My body aches for your warmth, my heart yearns for your embrace. But all that remains is the chilling void, the silence of this space. You left with your shadows, a mystery in your gaze, leaving me with questions lost in a bewildered daze. Did you ever truly love me beyond the surface deep? Where do the hidden feelings, the silent secrets sleep? I trace the lines of your diary, the ones you never showed, seeking a single clue, a heavy, unburdened load. My mind races through conversations, searching for a single hint, a look, a pause, a moment where your true feelings were sent. But your eyes were a fortress, your words a guarded stream, leaving me to piece together this fragmented, haunting dream. Oh, where do the secrets sleep, the ones you took with you when you left? Were they whispered to the night or forever held as a theft? stood there in the doorway, the world hushed, holding its breath, as your words descended, a silent, slow, emotional death. They weren't shouted or whispered, just stated, cold and clear. And with each syllable I felt a new kind of fear. My knees almost buckled, my vision started to blur under the sudden pressure, a truth I couldn't deter. I imagined 1,000 scenarios, 100 ways we could part, but never this silence, this fracture right through my heart. My hands grew numb, my fingers tried to reach for a hold, but the air around you turned suddenly sharp and cold. Oh, the weight of your goodbye, it pressed down on my very soul. 1,000 silent tongues that took away all my control. It wasn't a sword or a fire, just a crushing, unseen forcing, leaving me breathless, stranded on this desolate final course. To heaven, this goodbye brought me to my knees, can't breathe, begging for a moment's ease. I tried to take a step back, but my feet were glued to the ground, trapped in the orbit of the most painful sound. Every molecule around me felt suddenly dense and slow, as if the universe conspired to make sure I would know. The full unyielding gravity of a love come undone, a battle lost before it had truly begun. They say heartbreak's a metaphor, a feeling, a state of mind, but this was physical, leaving my very essence confined, a concrete block of sorrow placed upon my chest, leaving me yearning for just one moment's rest. Oh, the weight of your goodbye, it pressed down on my very soul. 1,000 silent tongues that took away all my control. It wasn't a sword or a fire, just a crushing, unseen force, leaving me breathless, stranded on this desolate final course. Well, symphony of a broken promise, fell on a beautiful, haunting Natalie, I believe for peace. Oh, I remember the twilight moment beneath the willow's soft sway, when you painted our future with words I believed that day. Spoke of forever, a masterpiece we would create, a grand symphony of love, sealed by the hand of fate. Each note a commitment, each chord a sacred vow, a melody of eternity. Where are those promises now? My heart became the orchestra, swelling with every phrase, unaware that the conductor would walk out in a haze. I felt the crescendo of trust, building strong and so high, never once predicting the silent, deafening sigh. This is the symphony of a broken promise, playing on repeat, a beautiful, haunting melody, yet utterly incomplete. Drums of my hope are fresh, the drums of my joy are still, drums of my love are still, a masterpiece of what is designed to bring my fulfilling a devastating dream. The violins weep softly, a melody, soft refrain. For the grand finale never reached, through sun or through rain. Each movement a memory, a chapter never closed, a tragic ballet of intentions that were so bravely proposed. They say the greatest art comes from the deepest, rawest pain, but I trade this tragic beauty for our simple love again, for one honest moment, for a truth instead of this grand display of a symphony that died before the final